r/ASKREDDIT. What tender and juicy drama is going on at your school/workplace? We have been noticing small mysterious changes over the last month in our office. A square of brand new carpet being torn up and replaced in a hallway. The runner in front of the cafeteria disappeared and a few weeks later we got a brand new one. Parts of the hallways have been strangely roped off. We also just had security cameras installed in all of the walkways. The situation was finally brought up and discussed in a private meeting. An employee has been pooping randomly throughout the building during business hours. These have been rather large piles of poop that people have narrowly missed stepping in. This is a very professional workplace, which makes this entire situation all the more perplexing. This person is still on the loose and it could be anyone. One co-worker had a bunch of cash stolen from her purse. Everyone knows who did it. Not only was she the only one not in attendance at a meeting when the money went missing, but she suddenly started avoiding my co-worker when they had been friends before that. Also, she would have to know exactly where the purse was stored in order to sneak in and back before being noticed. Now no one in the office is talking to the alleged thief. That's our version of office justice, since management can't fire her without more proof. Yeah, when my mom was in nursing school she was in a dorm with another girl that she considered a friend. Random stuff and money of my mom's kept going missing. Never a huge amount, but enough that it was a pain. She had a feeling it was the roommate, but since they lived in a dorm and the girls were always in and out of each other's rooms all the time, it was hard to tell. So my mom kept talking to her friend about how she had barely any money left for the month and that so long as she had £5 she'd survive. Kept saying for days, so long as I have £5 I'll survive. Without it, I'll be starving for the whole month and I won't know what to do. And she only said it to her roommate, no one else. Then, she left her purse on her bed with about £20 of notes. Came back. And would you look at that? All gone. Except for exactly £5. Well, I'm pretty sure my CEO has been stealing money from our company. I'm a textile designer and we have factories in India and China. No one wants to ship our product because they haven't been paid. Personally, I haven't gotten a raise in 3 years. All the while the CEO is driving a Bentley and just purchased a new $2+million home. He is constantly getting angry calls from our factories who he owes millions of dollars to, 7 mil to one in particular, and I'm pretty sure if he went to China he would be legally detained BC of how much he owes people, a lot of which fly to our office here in the States and wait for him for meetings, and he ducks out the back door like a coward. One day he even drove an old truck to work so no one would know he was here. One of the higher-ups in a writers forum I frequent went on a rant about a week ago about someone who stole the plot of their most recent story, straight up calling them out in public. It's not true, not even close, except for a few initial details. I skimmed them both, and it doesn't hold up, but it came out that the person who wrote the new book is also a forum member who hadn't previously revealed her pen name. Half the people are sticking with the higher up, and the other half are accusing her of being a bully over nothing. Romance novels tend not to have particularly innovative plots. After all, it's a real storm. Okay, forgive my rant, but I'm currently in bizarre world here at a new job, and it is surreal. After a 5-month stint of unemployment I finally landed a job at a company that does water and fire damage restoration work. Yay for me, right? Or so I thought. I was hired to do collections, but at a lower wage than usual, but accepted the job because of their bonus program that allows bonuses for making goals each month. I have been here only 3 weeks, and this is what has happened so far. 1. During my first week here, the controller was walked out. Literally, walked out of the building by the president, with all her shit in a box. Wow. WTH. Everyone was suspiciously silent about it for days. I just put my head down and did my job. But later found out that literally every single person in the office has been here less than a year due to extreme turnover and mass firings by the president and his wife. In my department, the new supervisor is 22 years old. Okay. She has been here 8 weeks, has no degree, and seems as confused as I am. 2. On my second week, the office manager was fired. Didn't see it happen. but went down to talk to her about the payroll, and her entire office had been cleaned out. I saw the president's wife who said it was something that had to be done. What is that code for? So now there is no one here who has any experience or education beyond a high school degree. We currently have no one handling payroll, commissions, bonuses, /P or /R. It is a bad situation. 3. I figured that at least the president and or his wife would step in to assist in the gaps we now have, but nope. Neither of them have any knowledge of the QuickBooks system that is being used. Know the passwords. What invoices are passed due to vendors, etc. 4. A new controller was hired this week, who was supposed to be trained by the president's wife, but no. She called and said she was taking a vacation week and asked me to train the new controller. What? I have been here 3 weeks. I work in collections. Have no idea about your /P or /R or payroll, and I'm supposed to be powering out the collections to get a bonus for the end of this month, but we are being yanked to put out fires every day. 5. Finally, the phone will not stop ringing from vendors who haven't been paid in more than 3 to 4 months. The service techs can't use their company credit cards because the account is frozen due to non-payment, so they can't even get gas for their trucks. 6. And the frosting on the cake. It's been raining for a full day and night, and we came in today to a building that is leaking in 4 major spots. Water is bulging through the ceiling tiles and causing the tiles to crack and burst through. So, the water damage restoration company I work for can't/won't even repair their own roof, and all day we have moved furniture and laid down plastic to protect our desks and files from being soaked. I have spent the entire week online, pretending to work hard, as I desperately try to find a new job. I'm pissed/sad/disappointed, and mostly I'm scared. Edit. I'm back this morning. Payroll should have hit this morning, and nope. The president's wife said she was handling it, so I will wait one more day until full panic sets in. My options are so limited, as I apply to jobs every day. I work for a very prominent doctor in my city, who has a solo practice. His wife is the practice manager. They hired a cute blonde RN in her early 30s, married, to work part-time. I work next to her, and she tells me everything. Doctor proceeds to hit on her in person, via intra-office instant messaging, and via text. The latter 2 methods cause the wife to take notice. Instead of apologizing for extreme discomfort this caused the nurse, the wife progressively and passive-aggressively pushes her out of the practice by gradually reducing her hours, making her keep track of everything she does minute by minute, and generally making her work environment. She's gone now. It worked. At a state agency that I work with had an issue with stuff disappearing and couldn't figure out how. Every hallway was video monitored, and it got progressively worse. More and more expensive things started to vanish. It went on for a couple years and would flare up from time to time. After about 10 years of this, they realized a senior staff member never left at night. She'd been living in the ceiling for about a decade and would steal stuff for fun at night and would access the offices and rooms through the ceilings. She lived in the ceiling and would get into her apartment through the bathrooms each night. Now every door has a key code entry that's individualized to each staff member. A woman at my work is lying about having cancer. She comes up with new sicknesses and calls out all the time. She told us she's pregnant with twins and sent us an ultrasound picture. We searched pregnant twins ultrasound on Google, and it was on the first page. It goes so much deeper than this too. She would send pictures of herself dead on the hospital table from the nurse using her phone to my direct manager. We don't know what to do. Our bosses are telling us to fire her, but we can't. Every time she calls out she has a doctor's note. I just started my current job almost 2 months ago, beginning of September. Since then, we've had the head of marketing leave his position. Come to find out, he was not only in charge of much of the company's financing, but also the owners. He has been stealing money, over $100,000, from the owner, opening credit lines in his name, draining bank accounts, etc. Not sure how long it's been going on. But I did find out that the same guy was in jail from 94, 98 for embezzling over $1 million. Not sure why the They hired him here in the first place, back in 2003. Knowing this, I work it, so I've had to spend my time going through his emails and his personal computer, and shutting down his access to anything and everything. Fun stuff to jump into.